called me out. You had plans and expectations, so you turned around. How could you talk about forever to a guy like me? I was surprised how you could leave this. Guess I couldn't see. Now I'm getting letters from Wyoming. Keep my TV on. I'm not going. Stay a little longer. I'll wake up when I'm stronger. I was gonna see you last December, but I couldn't come. Now it's getting harder to remember the days you were gone. Still I'm getting letters from Wyoming. You tell me how well things are going. See you.
Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga, and this is your yoga from home. Isn't that nice? You're doing it at home. I am here to do one thing today, and that is to hold space for you. And what does that mean, to hold space for you? All it means is that just take a break. Just take a break from social media, take a break from doing, take running all around. Find time on your mat, this sacred space. This is a practice that is called a restorative practice. Every day our practices are different, but restorative is just a little kind of a different kind of practice. You may think, I can't lie around for an hour. That's how long this practice is. I can't lie around for an hour and do nothing. Believe me, you are doing so much for your mind, for your soul, and your body too. You're getting into some deep stretches. As I said, it's a 1 hour long practice, but even if you're just here for 10 minutes, that's really good. Just try it. In a restorative practice, you'll find that your body is a little less challenged, but your mind is really challenged. And that's where it all begins anyway, right? So stick around. Maybe if it's just 10 minutes, that's fine. Just give it a go. Just give it a go and don't overthink it. I think a lot of times we overthink things. Let the mind go. All right, the bottom of the screen says do what's right for your body. You always got to do what's right for you. Everybody's body is different and every day is different in your body. Honor your body, listen to it, do what it can with what you've got today, right now, and just, enjoy and appreciate what you have. A word to think about as you practice today is the word permission. Give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to rest. Give yourself time on your mat. Just let go. That's the hardest thing to do. Just experience this time of peace on your mat. And this is a time of self-care. All right, when you hear self-care, what do you think of? Me, honestly, for a long time, and I still kind of fight this, I think, it's self-indulgent. It's just indulgence. I don't need self-care. But you really do need self-care. You do need to give yourself permission to calm down and take that pause. All right, in a restorative practice, you hold the poses for 3 to 5 to 7 minutes or however long is right for you, but we're going to shoot for that time frame. Today we're going to shoot for 5 minutes. We have 7 poses. In that time frame, it is said 3, 5, 7 minutes, somewhere in there, the body truly releases. You really do let go of the tension and you just kind of melt away. And that's the beautiful time, the sweet spot. You're going to use props to help you do that. The props we use for our restorative practice are pretty much the same most of the time. We have a bolster. A bolster is a large pillow. You can buy that online or just take a pillow from your sofa. We're going to start with that in a moment. An eye shade and or a little hand towel are always nice and versatile to have, and it's really nice to cover your eyes in some of these reclined poses, especially in your final Shavasana pose. Kind of lets you really get into the peace of the moment. 2 yoga blocks are terrific. A blanket always comes in handy, and have some water nearby too. All right, like I said, we've got 7 poses. Let's get into this and start our setup. Okay, so first pose setup, as you're doing this, grab your 2 blocks and your bolster. Set the blocks like a letter L. And think about, in your head, think about a stress number. Give it a rating on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. You know, where are you feeling stress-wise? Maybe you're a 9, all right? Remember that number, and then let it go. All right, come on down. You got your number in your head. Set up your blocks like the shape of the letter L. Place your bolster on top of your blocks, and let's come into child's pose. Okay, there's a couple different ways to do this. Now you can use your blanket too here. Be creative and create a setup that works for you. Make it work for you and don't overthink it. Now, you can take your legs long. If your knees don't like the bending so much, there's always a way, right? Send your legs long around the bolster and bring the bolster kind of up into your groin. Legs can be spread as wide as you like. Knees can be bent as much as you like. It's your call. And then you bring your chest forward onto your setup. For a child's pose on the bolster, the difference would be you bend your knees. Bend your knees, bring the bolster up towards your groin, and hinge forward here, and rest your chest onto your setup. We're going for 5 minutes here. Be totally absorbed in what you're doing. Fight that desire to fight or flight, to want to leave, to get out of the pose. Engage peace in your mind, and just rest and digest, renew and regenerate. All right, 5 minutes. I'll be quiet, you breathe deeply, and I'll let you know when our time is up. Deepen your breaths. If you've been resting your head on one cheek, it is time to turn the other cheek. Turn your head in the opposite direction. Deepen your breath. Soften more in the shoulders. Deepen your breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now maybe as you come out of this pose, if you'd like to come out of it, if you want to stay in it, stay right where you are. If you want to come out of it with your eyes closed, you can get to the next pose without even opening your eyes. So slowly press on up. Remember, you have that desire to renew and rejuvenate, not to fight or flee. Just come to your seat. Turn around so your bottom is near the bottom of that bolster setup. Keep the setup just the way it is. Your blanket can remain on the bolster or bring it to your lap. Find your eye shade and cover your eyes as we come into this supported goddess pose. So I'm going to have the blanket on my belly. I'm going to bring my arms by my sides, palms face up, and tee them out to whatever feels good for you. Your legs can be long, or maybe bend them and bring the soles of your feet together to touch. The weight of the blanket feels good wherever you want to place it. Shoulders are back, kind of hugging the bolster, kind of in a reverse hug position. Timer is set for 5 minutes. Just soothe your mind and calm your emotions and be at peace for this 5 minutes. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Adjust so you're comfortable in the legs and the arms. Adjust and find total stillness and just observe your breath. No thoughts, just deep breaths in and deep breaths out. shoulders are soft and away from your ears. Your arms are really heavy as they rest on the mat. Softness between your eyebrows. And softness in your breath. Let go of those invading thoughts and come back to peace in your breath. Deep breath in and deep breath out. This is your sacred space. This is your choice. Do you wish to stay here in this pose, or would you like to move on? If you'd like to move on, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Slowly send your legs long if you had them bent. Slowly roll off your bolster setup and come on up to seated. We'll take a caterpillar pose. Lots of ways to set this up too. Knees, legs can be long. Knees can have a slight bend in them. You can take your bolster, place it on top of your legs. You can place your blanket on top of it. Hike the bolster up close to your belly. Now, we're going to bring our chest down to this setup, but if it seems like it's a mile away, maybe use a block underneath your blanket and bring your forehead down to it. If you don't need the block, just remove it and come on into your pose. This is a 5-minute pose also. Maybe even the blanket is a little much, but you decide what you like. Arms wherever feels comfortable for you, down by your sides or reaching towards your toes. The idea here is to just let your chest come closer and closer to your setup. And remember, you can peel away the layers if you have too many as time progresses, or maybe reintroduce them if you want. Breathe and let the outside world go. As you inhale, expand through your shoulders. Breathe out of your back. And as you exhale, hollow out your belly, allowing you to have more space to take the fold even deeper. With each exhale, your shoulders soften a little bit more. Big full exhales, sending the navel to the spine, allowing the chest to come even closer and closer to your setup. Let's take this pose even farther. To take it to the next level, if you like, spread your legs. Come on up, shoulders over your hips. Spread your legs. Not too terribly wide, just wide enough so the bolster can come down onto the ground. Maybe reintroduce a setup of some sort that works for you and hinge forward here. So the bolster is between your legs. Little bend in your knees might feel good. You take it to the layer that's right for you as we enjoy this wide-legged pose with the bolster between our legs. Inhale, lengthen up. If you can't quite make it to the bolster, introduce a prop so you can truly rest. Remember, the goal here is not to stress and strain and to want to run from the pose. It's to want to rest, restore, rejuvenate, and let the body just totally release. as time progresses, incrementally try to take it a little lower. Maybe that means unfolding your blanket a little bit to have less layers and bring the chest down. Just let the pose reach the fullest expression that's right for you today. You'll find that sweet spot in the amount of time that we're here. Just let go. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hollow out your belly. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And I don't know what's going on in you. Maybe this pose is just getting to the point of something's happening. If that's the case, stay here a little bit longer. We've been in this pose 5 minutes. Maybe another couple minutes is the sweet spot for you. Just observe your body and do what's right for it. I'm going to come out of this pose, slowly bringing my shoulders up over my hips, just even enjoying that little bit of peace in the slow movement. I'm going to move into a sleeping swan. So that is also known as half pigeon in our other practices. Perhaps it's a bit much for you. So I'm going to start with an option that's a little kinder and gentler. So if you know you're sleeping swan, go ahead and get into it with your bolster. I'll do that in just a second. But if you want to take the kinder, gentler approach, come on down to your back Oh, and bring your eye shade, maybe even your blanket. Maybe cover your chest with your blanket, keeping your shoulders down. That's nice. We'll cover the eyes in just a second. Bend your knees, lift your right leg up outside of the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Open up, maybe press the inner right thigh open, and lie here and enjoy this for 5 minutes, eyes covered. Then, when the time comes, we switch to the other leg and do just the opposite. I'm going to come into the sleeping swan pose that I mentioned. I'm going to use the bolster in a horizontal position at the top of my mat. Don't need the eye shade, don't need the blanket, unless you want to slip the blanket underneath your knees. I'm going to send my left leg long, and I'm going to bring my right knee right up to the bolster, bending the right knee so that the shin is a little more parallel to the top of the mat. It helps to have a block here to slip under your right glutes, because we're going to be here for 3 minutes. I think I said 5. We're going to be here for 3 minutes in these poses. Slip on down to your forearms, elbows toward the edges of your bolster, hands crisscross, left leg long. Rest your head on your hands and settle in for 3 minutes in your pose. All right. If it becomes uncomfortable to the point of pain, come out of it. Maybe take the other pose, the reclined pigeon. But don't allow yourself to be in pain. You want to nestle in here, settle in, and rest. It's a little uncomfortable as you start, but as time goes on, it becomes more comfortable. I'm going to scoot my bolster up a little bit. You adjust to make it good for you. Left leg is long. Allow both hips to be equal distant to your mat. Soften in your shoulders. And send your exhales, your breath, to your hips. Think of creating space in your hips. Our hips are so tight. We sit way too much. We don't move enough. Stretch out the stress. Breathe deeply and be at peace in your pose. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. If it's uncomfortable, think of breathing through the discomfort, breathing through to the other side. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. All right, 3 minutes has elapsed. Maybe that's long enough for you. Maybe you'd like to stay longer because you've maybe just passed that barrier of discomfort and are settling in. You decide. But remember this feeling that you're having now after being here for 3 minutes. And then we'll take it to the other side and compare this feeling now to the beginning position on the other side. All right. So press on up and take the pose on the other side. If you're reclined, You know how to do that. Just switch out the legs. I'm going to bring my left knee up to the bolster, right leg long and straight on the mat. Using my right hand, I'm going to work my left shin a little more parallel to the top of the mat. I'm going to use the block to slip under my left cheek. And I'm going to come on down to my bolster. I'm going to set our 3-minute timer. Get comfortable, explore what you need to do to get the way you want to be. All right, elbows open wide, hands resting on hands, right leg long and straight. Now, coming into this pose, it's a little uncomfortable at first. Compare this to how it felt on the other side as you finished up. Maybe you crossed that threshold of discomfort. Soften in your glutes as best you can. Breathe deeply and explore how it feels as you work on greater mobility and flexibility and strength in your hips through this static pose of relaxation. Your shoulders are soft. There's no tension there. Your full exhales, the breath is going to your hips, creating more space, more relaxation, more letting go. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. How are you feeling in that hip? 3 minutes has gone by. If you want to stay longer, do so. Just give both hips the same amount of time. Slowly, slowly, let's come out of this. Press on up. Press into your arms. Send your left leg back to meet the right. Find your blanket, your eye shade, your towel. Bring it up toward your top of your mat. Come on down to a reclined position and let's do pentacle pose. All right, for pentacle pose, legs are long. Enjoy the getting here. Legs are long and the heels are toward the edges of your mat. Arms are lifted overhead. Create a capital letter X shape in your body and cover your eyes. If pentacle doesn't feel good in your shoulders, certainly adjust your shoulders to what feels right for you. This is a 3-minute pose today. If you like, longer or shorter if you want, but I'm going to do 3 minutes and then we'll move on. find total stillness. And all you should feel is the rise and fall of your belly as you breathe in and out. No thoughts, just breath. Deepen your breath. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bring your arms down by your sides and find your block. Bend your knees. Bring your heels up towards your bottom. We're going to do a supported bridge pose. Press the weight into your feet. Slip the block underneath your low back. Put it really, really low because you want your sacrum resting on it. Then let your weight come onto the block. Really let all your weight go. Maybe lift one foot up, then the other. As you just let all the weight rest on that block. Toe heel your feet toward the edges of your mat and collapse the bridge by bringing your knees in toward the middle. Doesn't feel great for everybody? If you don't like it, bring your feet back in and rest in your supported bridge. Perhaps one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, or arms down by your sides, you decide. And just breathe here. This will be a 3-minute pose. Deepen your breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Stay here longer if you like. If you did the collapsed bridge, walk your feet slowly back in. Press into your feet, gently, slowly lift your hips on up. Remove the block and roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Once you're all the way down, that blanket, the eye shade that are up near your shoulders, grab them. Maybe you'd even like to take the bolster. And I'm going to bring it under my knees. I like that variation. Maybe you like it at your feet, or maybe you'd like it at your knees. You decide. Everybody's different. I'm going to rest the bolster underneath my knees. Going to cover up slightly with the blanket. You cover up however you like. Eye shade or towel to cover the eyes. It's really nice to block out that light. All right, so we are going to stay here for about 7 minutes. Breathe. Close your eyes. Palms face up. Nestle in and truly get comfortable. And really do cover your eyes with your eye shade or your towel. Palms face up if you'd like. That feels good for the shoulders. But if you feel you need more grounding today, some days we need that, don't we? Flip your palms so your palms are in contact with the earth. Maybe that's what you need. You know what you need. Listen to your body. Eyes are closed. Light is blocked out. You focus inward. As you soften the area between your eyebrows, no tension there. Breath is soft. Shoulders are calm and relaxed heavily into your mat. Arms are heavy. Inhales are long and refreshing. Exhales are even a little bit longer as the tension goes away. Belly is soft. Glutes are soft. Legs are heavy. And just a wave of peace is a wash over you as you breathe and restore. I'll let you know when this time is up. Deepen your breaths for these last several minutes. Keep the thoughts at bay. And this is your self-care. This is an important time of restoration and peace. Take advantage of it. Just a few more minutes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you're ready to exhale, just kind of purse your lips like you're breathing out a teeny tiny little straw. This is called straw breathing. And let the breath go out of your lips slowly. Do a few inhales through the nose and exhales through like that tiny little straw out your mouth. If you wish to stay here longer and your time permits, go ahead and do that. Maybe you continue with the straw breath too. You do what you like. It's time to conclude your day, to conclude your practice. Take another deep, full breath in through your nose. And a big, full straw breath out through the mouth. Take it full, complete. Resume your normal breathing, and then roll your bolster away. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Wake up the wrists and the ankles by just circling them out. Inhale, reach high overhead and take a refreshing, big good morning stretch. As you prepare to come back to the outside world, bend your knees. Bend your elbows, roll onto one side or the other, low arms bent, and that bicep is a pillow for your head. Top shoulder is soft. Big breath in, big breath out. You know how to breathe deeply now. You are at peace. You are calm for the rest of your day. Slowly press on up. Maybe you keep your eyes closed. Press on up. And sit however is comfortable for you. Bring your hands to a prayer center position. have a moment of gratitude here for yourself, for your body, for just calming your spirit. Take a deep breath in. And a deep shoulder softening breath out as you let it go. Keep your eyes closed for a second. You know, we all tend to rush around way too much. We're expected to be on that hamster wheel. We're expected to always do, to produce, to just rush from one thing to the next. Taking this time of self-care is so important to your whole body, to how you feel in your heart and in your mind. Take time to rest and restore each day. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Gently blink your eyes open. You did it. You did it 1 hour. Sometimes it really seems long getting into the poses, but once you're there and you fully let go, it's really beautiful. So thanks for being here. I'm glad that you were here. Come back tomorrow for another practice. All of our practices are different, I promise, but you can do them all because you do it your way. We took a stress number in the beginning. What was it? Mine was a 9. What is it now? I think I'm about a 3. So that's all really good. Thanks for being here. See you guys on your mats tomorrow. Focus on these things: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye. Hello, baby girl. How are you? You are at peace. You are at peace, except for your tail. See ya. Good girl. Hey, Bonnie. What are you doing? I admire you. I admire you for sticking around. I thank you for sticking around. And I admire what you're doing each and every single day to make yourself better. Every day, you're doing your yoga, and every day, you're getting better and better. You're reaching your goals of being more fit, more strong, and just feeling better in your body. And that's a good thing. Tell your friends about it. Tell your friends about the yoga, and tell your friends how this yoga is helping you. Your friends can join us. Our yoga is free. It's free for anybody and everybody. But if you'd like to support our broadcast, you can go to our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Stick with it, do your yoga, and spread the good word. See you tomorrow on your mats.